सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरामा उहाँले मिडियाको ठुलो हात छ। कसरी मिडियाले प्रचार प्रसार गर्ने, कुन तरिकाले विदेशी नेपालमा एट्र्याक्सन हुन्छ भन्ने बारेमा उहाँले आफ्नो जानकारी दिनुहुन्छ। मैले आई वुड लाइक टु स्पिक अबाउट उहाँले आफ्नो बारेमा के परिचय दिनुहुन्छ। सर्टकट उहाँले काम गरेको भूमिकामा बताइदिनु। उहाँले इकोनोमिक्समा काम गर्नुहुन्छ। आउटसाइड म्यागजिनमा पनि उहाँ रिपोर्टर हुनुहुन्छ। ओभरल्यान्ड जर्नल, एक्सपिडिसन पोर्टल, द नेपाली टाइम्स, हियर जुन बाइक ट्र्याकिङ म्यागजिन, म्यागजिन, ओभरल्यान्ड म्यागजिन युके, अपसिफ्ट अनलाइन लगायत उहाँले लेखेको म्यागजिनमा 4.7 मिलियन उहाँको रिडर्स छ। भन्दाखेरि उहाँको राइटर कति विश्वको जनताहरू हेर्छन् भन्दा हामीले नेपालमा प्रचार प्रसार गर्न सक्यो भने कति विदेशीहरू नेपाल आउन सक्छन् भन्ने बारेमा उहाँले आफ्नो जानकारी दिनुहुन्छ।
Thank you for having me speak to you today. Forgive me, I don't speak Nepali, so I'll have to speak in English.
Okay, no problem.
So my job for many years has been to write about tourism and travel throughout the world. I also work with governments in countries like Ecuador, Peru, Iceland, Guatemala, Costa Rica, to help them develop tourism for their countries. The best way to do this is through a number of different avenues. I work with media, as I'm a journalist. I work with hotels, trucking companies, a wide range of organizations that support tourism. The first time I came to Nepal was in 2015 after the earthquake to help stimulate tourism after the recovery. What I learned on that trip is that many tourists from the United States, Australia, the UK, they know of the Khumbu, they know of Annapurna, they know of Pokhara and Chitwan, but they don't know much about any place else. When I speak to the people through the NTV, the Ministry of Tourism, what their goals are, and I know that they want to increase tourism from 1 million to 2 million and more, it is apparent to me that the only way to make that happen is if the tourists know of other places to visit. Because it's not possible to get 2 million tourists in Chitwan, Pokhara, Kathmandu. There's just not enough resource. So I'm here today to talk to the media about ways the media can help increase tourism. As a journalist, and you're a journalist, we are storytellers. We tell stories that motivate people to action. If we tell stories about going to places like Bardia or Jumla, the tourists will go there. What we need to understand as journalists is people will go where we tell them to go. If we tell the world that we think they should go to Mustang, that's where they will go. If we tell them that they should only stay in Kathmandu, they will only stay in Kathmandu. So that's a very powerful thing. All of you come from different parts of Nepal, and you have the ability to use your experience to encourage tourists to go to your hometowns, your districts. You have the power to direct the tourists where to go. And if you tell the tourists where to go, more people will be excited about coming to Nepal. And the thing that's very important for Nepalese journalists is for you to understand you are the experts on Nepal. I knew very little about Nepal before I came in 2015. When I first got here, the first people that I met were Nepali journalists. And through the Nepali journalists, I learned about different cultures, different provinces, different districts, many different things that were difficult for me to learn about in the United States. So I hope that all of you understand that you are the voice of Nepal. You are the storytellers of Nepal. And it's up to you to tell the rest of the world that they should come to Nepal, but also where they should go, what they should do, who they should do it with. You have the power. So does anybody have any questions for me? So one of the things that I would also like to talk about that's very important, when I work with other companies or other countries even about developing their tourism, we have a formula, and there are 4 A's in the formula. The first is attractions. To have a successful tourism industry, you have to have attractions. And Nepal has many: mountains, wildlife, culture. So promoting the attractions is very important. The other thing that you must have is access. Access includes roads, airports, good maps, easy ways for tourists to get to those attractions. The other thing that you must have are accommodations, good hotels, good restaurants. But the most important thing, the 4th A, is advertising. Because if you have good attractions, and you have good accommodations, and you have good access, but the world does not know about those things, they will not come. So I think the most important thing is advertising, because that is the media, that is you. You get to tell the world about where to go and what to do. So I hope you all understand that of the 4 A's, the media is the most powerful, because you get to tell everybody about how great Nepal is.
What is the role of the government policy?
And the role of the government is very important. I feel that the most important thing that the government can do is act in a supporting role to make sure that journalists have the tools they need, that the tour companies have the resources they need. The government should be in a supporting role. If the media needs help telling their stories, the government should help you with those stories by sending you to places in Nepal where you can get the photos, get the stories to tell the rest of the world. The government also has to be very aware that they control access. The government controls the condition of the airports, the condition of the roads, and they also support the attractions by making sure that Lumbini, for example, is clean and easy to get to and attractive and a fun place to visit. So the government has to have their hand in everything, but in a supporting role to make sure that they are helping as much as possible.